Welcome back, everybody. We are here. TJ is tiny again. Gosh dang it. All right, one of these days I'll remember to not have TJ be tiny. We're ready to go. We are here in the lower bracket finals for the official VALORANT Scrims Discord tournament. $500 are on the line. Players are ready, and so are we as we get on into it. TJ, how is the tea brewing going?
I got biscotti.
Oh, with tea? I thought that was more of a coffee thing. Because it's Italian and they drink espresso in Italy. So you can give me that face, TJ, but I know what culture I'm talking about.
Let me tell you something.
When was the last time you visited Italy, TJ?
History. The British have a long history of appropriating things. So I'm frankly astonished that you're like, that's something for something else from a different culture. Because, like, that's our culture, you know?
You made this?
I got you there.
I made this.
You got it. I got you there.
You did.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the lower finals. That means Team Rip Original are back. They've been waiting here for a while after losing the upper bracket final. Team Undecided is here. Now, both these teams, at worst, will get third place. The third place team gets their entry fee refunded, so they don't need to pay for entry. That's always fun and nice. Second place gets $125, which is a hell of a lot better. And of course, if you win this tournament, or this match, you're not guaranteed second place. You're guaranteed a shot at first. If you do win that upper bracket final after winning this match, you get $350, the lion's share of the prize pool.
You do indeed. So we are about to start off our first round here. There we go. Hey-oh. Scenes are hard. As we, sometimes
I
they're
just
difficult,
kind of
TJ.
click on them, and that works pretty well for me.
But you know what, TJ? It's been a long day, and I'm kind of tired, if I'm being fully honest. So there's the production stuff. We're getting there. It's also been a hot minute since I've produced one of these home broadcasts. Like I started, back in the day, Heroes of the Storm, did like 100 tournaments like this with a much worse computer setup, I should add. So I should be better. But I'm not. We'll talk about that as we start the push off here through showers.
Through showers, they're going to be pushing their way over towards the A side with this tank. It is, of course, Team Rip Originals on the attack to start things off. And they're like perma-smoked. Full entry is denied. The first peek will come from Lamproom. That's Drowsy just anchoring there. There is no site control for Rip Originals at all.
They're just throwing the... They're just throwing the plant out. It is going to go down. The wall. Misplayed. He placed it on top of the spike, TJ. That was huge. And he didn't have any more ammo in his gun. Oh my goodness. Cordo just had a comedy of errors pushing on in. It's a 4v2 situation. The rest of the attackers got to try and make something happen. One is in bathrooms, and this Jet has been playing off the site the entire time. Swift is just not here. Finally running in, guns blazing, finds one kill. Almost able to land the second. But still, the loss here for Rip Original. Pistol round. The books for Team Undecided.
If he gets that laser beam from the opposite end and nails the planter, this is like doable. That round's like winnable. But Swift falls short. He's always a monster with the ghost on those pistol rounds. He'll have to buy up a pistol again on the eco round as Team Rip Originals do need to work their way back from a first round loss. Now we just saw Bind. I just talked to Team Undecided. I was just hanging out with Stomps in an interview that we might air later, who knows?
Who knows?
And he was telling me they don't even play Bind. They like have no set strats for it. So that last round that we saw was them like working out how to attack, trying to figure things out. And you remember, it only got decent when they got to CT side. Their CT side was solid and fine, and their attack was sketchy as heck because they had no coordination at all.
It really did not, and again, things that come back to bite you up against better and better teams as they do progress further and further through the tournament. Sketch will not take you there. Only get you so far.
Nope. Swifts, on the other hand, similar sounding word, will take you an awfully long way. He's currently basing this plane. He's going to push out A, make a whole lot of noise, go through the teleporter, and then here comes the execute over onto the B site, where it's quickly shut down. No, thank you, says Exile. He'll pick up another.
Oh, Exile and Stomps in tandem, making short work of the attackers pushing in here through Hookah. And yeah, that seems about right. Exile has just been... We've seen so many stellar Cypher players so far today, and Exile is just like, I'm just going to put myself on top of this list, thank you very much.
Hey, I want to talk about how not to bait an A site, how to fake an A site. Run out onto the site, draw a whole lot of attention, and then dash directly into the teleporter. Just a little bit of information for people. That is not an effective way of convincing people you're going to the B site. Or to the A site, rather.
You don't say.
It is a very effective way of convincing people you're going to the B site. Someone should try that sometime.
Camera taken out.
Well, yeah, I mean, it did end up not paying off for them there. So, I guess I can't disagree.
Anti-paying off.
Anti-paying off. As we're here on the Yikes round, which I'm going to try and coin this, bud. I'm doing it. The Yikes round. I love it. It's the
Yikes round.
The Yikes round.
The people that won the pistol round have less money than the people that lost it, resulting in full Spectres on the defense for Team Undecided.
And it's not even necessarily a money thing. It's just the guns you have in hand at this moment. We should clarify.
Well, it's that buying up is more expensive than it's worth. So you get this weird round where you're trying to get a freebie.
So we do see the first entry frag coming in from Swifts. So we did have the little hop on top of the wall here. We're going to see the repeat of this now coming in from Swifts, instantly being denied here from Mawson. Our two all-star Jet players who have been going off all day long as Stomps is going to continue to try and make some pressure happen here. Drops the hot hands onto the site, but the attackers are able to get the plant down, and Gibby is here in a 1v2 situation. He has knowledge of one player here in Lamp. That was a little sketch. That was a little sus.
Previously in Lamp. He kind of timed that wrong.
And he walked in Lamp literally.
But they don't know he's here.
No, he walked in Lamp literally the exact moment that the Cypher peeked the corner. Oh my.
They did the math. He can't be here, plus he ain't there, equals probably Lamp. I want to give a shout out, and I always say this whenever we're watching a retake, and nobody ever listens to me. But that round, they did the right thing. They hunted before they stuck the defuse.
Oh, yeah.
The second you have a player actively on the defuse, sure, you force the peek, but you also guarantee a 1v1 for the peeker, which is obviously not good. So, hunt, then defuse, in that order exclusively. You need to know where the player is before you stick the bomb.
And here's the thing, TJ, it's simple. Simple mathematics, yes! Because you have 45 seconds to play around this bomb, and it takes 7 seconds to defuse. 3.5 seconds per tick.
Nope, you've lost me. Too many...
Now, too many numbers? Okay. Well, basically it means that if you know how the beeps work, and if you know how the 3 shells, yeah, if you know how those work, then you're able to make those smart decisions because you know what time you have to work with. And that's a lot of fun. That was it. That was the whole point.
Are smart. That's what
smart
I got.
Beeps. I got
Kuka
me,
is going to be the play for these smart beepers. Still a little bit of a weird buy for the attack. They lost the Yikes round, which means it's a full investment, full rebuy from Undecided. And RIP Originals just this to work with. This being some pistols, some sheriffs, a single stinger.
We are seeing the play coming out now from the side.
Ooh.
Oh. Okay.
Psych!
Lol. Oh, he almost died to that! Oh, that was actually hilarious. So Stomps came back out of the run it back into the molly that had been dropped and almost died on the return. Cute.
Drowsy is going to be first point of contact here. He's got paranoia. He tags so many players, but Swift reads it perfectly. Gets a free headshot. It's Mosin with the spray down on the side.
Swift's pushing in now onto the site, trying to watch the back of it. Gets one up in heaven, gets the turn. Oh my goodness, he's watching CP. And then the wall bang from Cuerdo, making this a 2v1 situation. The Jet players, TJ. The Jet players.
And the tedious angle from Cuerdo to keep his own record alive. And it is an eco round suddenly entirely within the grasp of RIP Originals.
And it all just started
Exile
off.
needs to make this happen from a 2v1 with the bomb planted.
Oh, and he's made the noise now. I know exactly where he is, and Cuerdo is there.
The round has been grasped.
That was done off of stolen guns, which makes it just that much sweeter. Just picking up a Phantom in lamps.
It was a full side entry as well. That wasn't like, oh, we'll work the round, we'll get a couple free picks because there were some mistakes made. They just fragged their way out onto the site from RIP Originals. And a lot of that came from hey, what happens if we just pressure the lamp room super quick? The answer is Drowsy tries to quick peek, get a big spray, and Swift just out-fragged him with the Sheriff. Swift just walked in, fought the angle against the Vandal, and won with the Sheriff. And that's literally what won the round. I don't know how you, like, I talk a lot about the game kind of abstractly within, you know, who knows who's where and what does that mean for what these teams should do? Were they acting with perfect cohesion? You take that fight every single time if you're Drowsy and you don't expect to lose it once.
No.
And the fact that Swift just clicks on it is really tragic.
Yeah, sometimes a player just does the unexpected, wins from the position they shouldn't. That's the clutch factor that we did end up seeing here as the play to take over Hookah is now in full effect. We have 4 members here. I don't think that Undecided realizes just how many members have pushed up into Hookah. They still have 3 here on the A site. They have not committed to this. There's the last member of Gibby just holding here.
Camped. He knows now.
All right,
Exile uses the cam for a wide peek, essentially. That'll spur the rotate, or at least it should have. Nobody is still rotating over.
There we go.
blocks off the entrance. That prompts the rotate. Here comes the tank.
And there's Exile. He's back, forced into Cubby. All the smokes go down. Pile unable to kill his counterpart. Is Drowsy going to try and TP through? Totally whiffs it, though, as we now see Gibby rotating back into Hookah, trying to get this additional angle, knowing the members are rotating into Elbow and back is CT. Find 1 kill, looking to find a second. Can't get the wall bang.
10 seconds remaining. He does have ulti, but I don't invest into a round that's this far gone. 5 seconds left. How do you take this? The answer, you don't. There's the round.
Oh, nice play from the Sage. Just to, like, look, the only way we lose this round is if I die. Gibby identifies this, goes and picks up the kill, is able to still, again, do the damage to the economy. These have been bloodthirsty rounds, I must say, but Team Undecided still gets that W.
And the reason Rip Originals can't close down rounds is because of how long they took.
Yep.
Like, after they got good site positioning. They got that Sage Wall for free. That's a really hard Sage Wall for Quirkto to be able to get. It was kind of perpendicular to the door, which means if anyone tries to get into the site, they have to break every single block of that Sage Wall. It's a brilliant Sage Wall, and they get it down for free, no contest needed, and then they just freeze. Nobody enters from there. And they have the time to kill. Nobody's going to be able to rotate in the site, but they're burning round time, and that becomes rapidly apparent as the round goes on, and you know, you end up with 5 seconds left to somehow win the round.
I mean, they lived in Hookah forever. And it just, it felt awkward to watch, to say the least. And now, Swift, off the back of the ult, off the back of the flash, is going to try and work their way in. They're in lamp. They're just rotating back off of site now as Brent is here. Able to get the wall up to save his own life. Bit of an awkward dash there from the Jet, not quite getting over the wall. We have the peek around the corner as the neural theft is here. Just continue to give information over to the side of Rip Original, forcing things back with the Molly, burning through Brent. But we're playing Tetris right now. We're playing Minecraft with all these walls popping out onto the site. As there's the Jet.
Fortnite?
Fortnite, right, that's the one.
Nah. 3 HP for Monson. So, of course, he peeks. He's kind of the entry frag right now.
He's getting caught off from the other side as Exile's looking to try and get the flank in through all of this. They don't know he's coming, but it doesn't matter if he can't hit the shot. There's 1, there's 2! Finding some redemption for that initial spray. And now, Gibby trading this out. It's a 2v1 situation, but the bomb is still in play. An awareness now of 1 player in bathrooms. It doesn't make a difference. Polo, who's had not the best day, to be fair. Definitely stepping up here at the end of that round.
When you're playing that much Tetris on the site, like it's just chaos, with Sage Walls everywhere, you need to have flank rotates. They had 1 flanker, but he was taking so long to get to site. I think Exile, like, full walked and he started late.
Yeah.
So he was completely desynced with the players on the site actually needing to start fighting. There's a moment after the take. If your players on site play passive, they play retake. They don't engage the attackers as they entry, which, to be fair, they kind of couldn't there. Then there's a moment after the take where the smokes fade. Before the Sage Walls go down, admittedly, but where the smokes fade. And that is exactly when you want your flanker to hit. Even, in my opinion, if you have to make noise to do it. Because so what if they know you're there? Play smart, play safe. If they know you're there, it almost doesn't matter if you find frags, because the people on site need to deal with not having any off-site control. You need to deal with having to pay attention to 2 different angles at the same time. And that's, I think, more important than you maybe lurking and getting 3 kills.
I understand the thought process of wanting to play it slow. Just play it steady. But again, in that situation, just didn't give your teammates enough options. Stomps is hiding in the corner here at Hookah. They are going to check this angle, though. They're not going to check this angle, though. As we do see that go on through. Trying to pick up these kills in response. The Jet not able to get anything done with the ult, TJ.
This isn't a big round. A little bit chaotic, but, you know, eco round.
Yeah, yeah.
Drowsy, to be fair, has a classic.
To be fair.
I want to see this work, though.
Oh, here's the shot. Dude, pick up the gun. Drowsy. Drowsy?
Man's a purist.
That was a... Okay. I'm a little confused. I'm gonna be real.
Wow, my eyes are down.
It's alright. Didn't eco round. Who cares?
Well, I mean, it could have gotten a kill or a gun, TJ. I care.
I think he gave it to Brent because Brent had more HP. I think that was the thought process.
Gotcha.
But Brent isn't having a great round, so...
Ooh, yeah.
Regardless, it's a fairly effective eco round. They do manage to knock out some of the guns. They got a couple kills of their own, obviously. In order to achieve that, this results in now pretty good econ. So behold, as your attackers of RIP OS have full buy, so too is the counter. Brent still actually stuck on a Bulldog, but he hasn't gotten a kill this game, so I don't know that anyone will notice.
As we are seeing the action coming in now through mid. The attackers looking to make this happen. Follows moving in onto the site. Taking a little bit of damage for it, though. And here comes the ult, trying to break them out of the corner, trying to take control of Heaven, and it's giving them the space to just take over the site, TJ. There is still a player up in Heaven, though. It is still the Sage. Brent is trying to make something happen. Drowsy and crew are going in. Pylon is trading as the spike is going down. This is the moment, especially if Swift is able to pick up that kill, moves himself on over. Here we go.
Stomps pops the ulti playing retake. He's only got one kill, and he's just spent his means of regenerating HP. He's going to stick that defuse in the ulti to see if it forces a peek from anywhere, and it doesn't. Very, very safe play by the attackers, knowing that's ulti, they don't need to peek. They heard the ulti sound, they know I don't need to swing out, I don't need to peek. And that requires a level of game awareness that certainly eludes me. I would hear that sound and just be like, oh, I gotta peek it. They're defusing the bomb. It's very well played.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen Phoenix players start that defuse while in the run it back, and then have the ult tick out before they finish defusing.
I don't know if you heard it. Some guy just rode down my street on what I can only assume was a lawnmower.
I could not hear it if I'm being truly honest.
Harley
Oh, what?
lawnmower.
Drowsy? What?
It's a Stinger. Stinger's a great gun.
Oh, does he live? Does he live?
We're fine!
TJ's by the way, everybody, he is a Stinger propagandist, so just take that with a grain of salt.
It's an incredible gun. The Stinger's fantastic, and more people should buy it. It's better than the Spectre.
Well, agree to disagree, my dude.
But they are on the Stinger, and that in and of itself is truly the story. They're completely broke over on the defenders. Team Undecided. Trying to make this round happen with an array of eclectic shotguns and one Stinger.
We are having the res coming on through. They're committing this. They realize they can't lose this. They can't lose this anti-eco, TJ. I think this is 100% the right decision. They're going to commit to it. They're going to get the full buy. Commit to the full buy.
Yeah, that's also like the safest time in a round for a res is before the action's truly started, because you know it will be valuable. Like, you're just resetting to a 5v5. That's super valuable.
I also love that play there from Gibby, forcing them out from close A long. And they're just charging on in. Guns blazing, but the shotgun from Mawson is here. It is doing so much work. He jumps up, almost able to get the other one. That would have been sick.
Stomps is in showers. They're planting for him. He's got the bomb down, and he can repeat that at any time. He's the flashbang's 15 seconds left on the round, though. He honestly doesn't have to. Just play this out into the plant.
Oh my goodness. He
Very
peeks
well
it,
done
TJ.
by Swift.
Swift's able to find the angle,
Resetting.
plays so far back.
Yeah. Resetting, get the bomb on a safe angle. Buy time. Exile now is to work his way into the site. If I'm him, I honestly maybe just try and save. They won't necessarily have a buy this next round. They do, actually, as the round ends. Stomps will be a little broke, but aside from some squeezes on Brent and Stomps, they will have a buy-in. I think those two even will be able to afford full rifles, so...
It's full buy. Yep, full buy.
We're looking good.
Whew. I mean, it is our
That
lower
was
bracket
a-
final, TJ, but man, why do they gotta be like this?
Why do they gotta be so good?
Yeah, man, I'm jealous.
Just join one of those teams. I believe in you. You hit the nasty headshots. I've seen you win those.
Okay. Like once.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, you've only seen these guys do it like twice.
Okay. All right. Thanks, TJ. This is what I needed. I guess I'm going pro, everybody. Bye. That's the stream. Going pro now. Am I joking?
B-side will be hell. This is gonna be actually a really fun ulti. The orbital laser. Exile just frags out regardless, though.
Oh my goodness. Oh, able to try and pull that one through. Off the back of this, I thought the ulti was going to be the big moment there, but Exile looking to pick up 2 kills of his own. The 2 defenders are looking to rotate back into this through CT.
I
It
know
did plant for
exactly
long,
where
but of course the mineral theft is going to make this just a little bit easier to coordinate. So able to pick up the first kill onto the Jet. Gibby is there. Gibby is there? Gibby is there.
Brent does have the resurrect, and I was kind of hyping that up because there is a corpse of a friend at long, so I thought maybe you could make something happen. But as his friend dies, this round's unwinnable, so he's not going to invest the ult in it. Instead, just goes for the free peek. Gibby gets a free kill.
He just...
That's now 6-4, a worrying amount of rounds on the attack for Rip Original.
I mean, I'm a little upset. Brent just lit 400 creds on fire. For no reason. He just burned wall and slow for nothing.
Well, also just the peak. Like, it was
Yeah.
more than 400 creds. 1v3, they've got the
And the
plan.
gun,
Why
yeah,
go for it?
true. Like, I
Why
don't
go
know.
for it?
Yeah. Okay.
I don't agree with that. Maybe if you're the top rank, you do it, but Brent, self-awareness in a situation like that, like, he's not a bad player. He's had really good
No.
maps. This isn't one of them. And if you're, like, not feeling like you're having a good map, maybe don't go for a 1v3 clutch.
Sometimes these players, you know, they're still playing together for the first time in a lot of situations. Not necessarily the first time, but in one of their first competitive tournaments in this game. And there's that moment where you think, I'm on stream, I want to go for the highlight reel play, I want to get it done, but sometimes the better play is just
You're
to
saying
save.
clear the problem.
Yes, it's us.
Ooh! A-side execute. I like those smokes. Cutting off the back so that it's really, really hard to hold the backside. But they have vision over it from Swift.
Swift goes
Going
up.
up over those smokes.
Yep, he gets the ADS down. Now, I'm curious. Phylon? Yay, it doesn't break the wall. Fun fact, kids, when you plant the spike, it can break the wall. Which kind of defeats the purpose in some situations. Just as an
I
aside.
don't call it the spike because it's dull, it's sharp.
I thought it was a
This
volleyball
analysis
reference.
brought to you by esportsTj.
Yeah. Find him here on your stream at esportsTj.
Good entry into this retake. Also looking for more. Will smoke his way up top as Exile and Stomps both answer with kills of their own. The only play left is Pylon from mid, but they're not looking at him. He stops the defuse. There's still time, thank the Lord. We'll be able to find that. That would go way too sketchy.
Wow, it was real close. If I'm being perfectly honest, Exile almost able to, yeah, that was, yeah, making me have a little heart attack there for sure.
Very, 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 very weirdly played. I watched Stomps retake the site. He checks long just kind of by strafing around the corner. He's like, I'm sure there's no one there. They're probably showers. You have a teammate for that. Coordinate these things. Hold long, teammate holds showers. You'll have it. It's actually the second time we've seen in a game with Stomps in it, somebody lose a round because they don't properly check long.
And a little bit of a missed time there when that wall was going down.
Ooh,
Gordo
Drowsy.
is able to pick up the opening for, oh my goodness, and Moss in the battle of the Jets.
Watch Drowsy.
I am. He's in
What a
deep
weird
inside
position.
the... Oh! The cage drops and cue the music of the pallbearers.
Your bomb site. How can we help you today?
Whew. Oh, that's a time to... Oh, Gibby, put your mechanical arms away.
So the retake. 3v3 means it's doable. Muzzins kind of responsible for this. Here's the entry. He finds another, and another as Stomps finishes off his kill onto Pylon.
Mawson is just absolutely going off. Stops this, getting picked up from behind, but Mawson with the 4K. 11 HP, no problem.
17 kills in the first half of this game, as that will bring us to halftime. What an incredible performance. I think our best fragger today had 38 kills, is that correct?
That sounds correct. 35?
So, he's on the road, that's for sure. Swift's kind of his counterpart. Both Jet players kind of popping off. Swift's, I think that's more impactful for him because we saw him previously, you know, doing well in the pistols, kind of the aim-focused rounds, but making some weird decisions with his aggression. So we'll have to see if that happens now that he's on the defense. It's much easier to miss position on defense.
And it seems like, TJ, the randomness of the observing has actually kind of unrandomed itself. Now only 1 in 3 are swapped on the defender side, and the rest are correct. So we're making progress.
Very cool. Thanks, Riot.
Thanks, Riot. Thanks, Paparito.
Can we get a thank you for Riot Games only messing up some of the observer cams at halftime?
Okay, no, the attackers are totally borked, though, so forget that.
Some of them.
Some of them.
Well, I can give you 3 observer cams, no more.
As we see the push now.
Walled off long.
Oh my goodness.
What a tragedy.
Pylon starting things off. There's 1. Finds 2.
He's just behind them all.
The last player standing.
It just throws down the wall, walks behind it. They're all gonna walk out in front of it. Yeah, they absolutely do.
Amazing. And that's
a lot of these Sage players have been kind of the more reserved, passive players, not getting a whole lot of frags. Watching Querto play Sage gives me life.
TJ, TJ, I need. Speaking of Sage players, I need to point. And I'm not trying to call anybody out. I just want to point something out. The team Undecided has managed to win 6 rounds so far this game without Brent getting a kill.
He's got 10 assists though.
He does.
Which is simultaneously really sad and really impressive.
Yeah, that's really cool, actually. And we're pushing on the site. Wall goes down. Spike. He is just. You carry that spike and you plant it, brother. That is your job. That is your mission.
Great job, Brent.
You're doing great, sweetie. You're doing great, sweetie.
I will continue to anchor the site. As the retake comes in, 3v3 is entirely doable. Brent's down again. Gibby still alive on the side.
So the 1 player up in heaven here is Querto. Can build a wall off
bathrooms.
They're
ice walled.
Oh my goodness.
They can't. They have to shoot it.
And this is going to create an angle from which there is no return as Querto is like, look, I'm just going to throw my body at the problem. It worked for the Russians. Here we go.
That's why you don't... I'm not even engaging with that analogy. That's why you don't hold from the same offside angle. If 2 people go showers, then say, I don't want to fight showers. And there is the utility in this game to do that.
And now we're up 8-6 here for Rip Original. I want to remind everybody who's just joining us that we are in the lower bracket finals. Both of these teams have already dropped. They have lost in a BO1, and the winner of which will go on to face Orglis in a best-of-3 grand finals in the upper bracket. $500 on the line. As we're seeing, this is still one of the first sort of amateur tournaments come out. I think, obviously, there have been, you know, a decent amount over the last couple weeks, but we are still in the very early days of the world of competitive Valorant. Pretty sure I caught TJ eating something. It's fine.
No, I'm writing.
Gotcha.
Writing my notes in my big notebook.
Oh, he does have notebooks. This is correct.
I'm not using my digital notebook for this event. Lots of sticky notes and physical notes.
Yeah, I would call it out, but you know, I want somebody to pay you to use their Surface Pro.
Exactly.
Yes.
My tablet of unknown company.
Yes.
Other tablets of unknown companies available. So, full default right now. This is very passive default. One thing I'm calling out from it is they're actually not defaulting anywhere over B. They had a couple players kind of roaming there at the start of the round. But right now, Undecided are trying to push in with no control of the B side of the map.
Drowsy's going to start this off. We have 2 concussed players moving in towards Lamp. Slice is going to go in. Needed to keep control of Lamps, though. This is hugely important as Quirdo, starting things off, is able to get a couple kills here going to Lamps. As the defenders just collapse in an instant, TJ. As we see Pylon and crew.
Somehow dug a frag out of that round. Brent goes down, though. It had to be his 1v2 to save the day. And it will not be.
I was desperately trying to find a player
When did he get a kill?
What?
When Brent get a kill?
Wait, I think it was that round. Go, Brent, my boy.
Can we get a round of applause in chat for Brent?
Look, again, fam, we've all been there. Trust. Trust. TJ's played that game with me. He knows.
I think I didn't go killless, but I only had like 10 kills by the end of the game in a game with you.
Yeah, only 10 kills. Oh, that's so little.
All right, chill out there.
So
Brent
kills.
Royale 1988.
What? No, never mind. We're not gonna start that conversation. We are seeing the play coming in from Hookah. Pylon just decides to murder everyone. All right, look, this is his mission in life.
So he cameraed out. He cameraed out, and Exile shot his camera. He was like, "Wait a second, they're ecoing. I can just push this." And he absolutely can't.
And he absolutely can. Stomps though is starting to shut this down. He's got the sheriff in hand, not flashing his teammate like a good Phoenix. Not hitting a shot, also not like a good Phoenix, though. And that one, yeah, it's fine.
Swift's just had one of the coolest little bits of spray control I've ever seen. Spray went wild. He had no sense of where it was. He paused, he stopped, he reset, he positioned his crosshair exactly 2 feet to the left and 1 foot down of his target, and one tap to headshot.
Oh, heck yeah.
I respect.
I wish I'd seen that. Instead, we watched it from the Phoenix perspective.
Well, you saw how many shots he missed to get
That's
there.
true. That is correct. As we're now
And
10 rounds to 6.
After any spray, because the reset time in this game is really long. If you
so
start
long.
shooting a gun,
It's so
and then
long.
you stop, you have to wait like a solid second for the spray to reset.
Yeah, that's definitely cost me a few times, if I'm being fully honest. Seeing Brent losing the 1v1, and that's the spike down long B. This is absolutely disastrous, because whatever default may have been attempting to come out here for Team Undecided is now going to be drastically slowed down as the Cypher is forced to go pick up the spike and try and play with this, but nothing given up for Aboriginal.
I was on camera, which isn't a big deal, but they have the idea that push isn't coming along, that bomb's going back away just from the way he was positioned, from the fact there was only one of them. So, that means that they can play pretty passive over on B and start thinking about the rotate as soon as they get contact over here at A, which they will very shortly.
So we do see the trade. Swift going in. Oh, and there's the ult, the Rolling Thunder, trying to push this on in and just getting shut down.
I know exactly.
Deaf, dumb, and blind, they are not. They still see that one coming in a very obvious play from the attacking, or I should say the defending breach.
Still on spike, still 30 seconds though. And there is only one B player, so here comes Drowsy. Drowsy Ooh-Woo to coin his proper name.
Uh-oh.
For the side attack.
Oh, no. Getting absolutely caught out by Pylon. They will be traded out. Perez is coming in. Got to get the plant down here.
Get the plant. There will be a quick presence here at the main. And if he had won that fight, I was about to say, the round is winnable. He doesn't win that fight, but he challenges the right place at the right time, so I respect that. And as he's getting the plant, helps the econ a little bit. Ye old economy.
And that's an interesting situation of you start the shot at the neck and you instantly go to spray control, which on the Phantom is correct in how you do control the recoil, but then you just totally not hit a headshot. And, feels bad, man. Feels bad.
We have a duel here. Two top players tied. Swift's 19-13-3. Mosin 19-13-3.
And it's the Jet players. I wonder, so obviously we heard talk about this before, you know, the thought of like, you know, we put...
Mosin.
It was, but there's the idea in general of you put your top fraggers on Jets because they can just be innate playmakers and quote-unquote carry in these certain situations. We'll see if that's always the case. That was an odd positioning there from Quirdo and Hookah. He was pushed up really far, and now the attackers are just going to make a beeline straight for this B site. Going on in with the run it back. Still, though, we have the defender in elbows. Rest rotating in through CT. Drowsy and crew are there. They know what's happening, but the flash. Try and line this one up. There are the smokes. Got to control Hookah as well, though. They know the spike down. This is the moment. TP is being utilized. Just be careful, though. The shot from Hookah and from elbow. Able to pick that one up, but trading out 1-for-1. It's a 3v2 situation. The attacker's still in a decent position. Hang on. Drowsy, you need to get out of there, dear sir.
Here's the flank. Polo. Coming in from Hookah, finds a kill. 2-on-2 into this side. He's got a second. His third on the round. There's the fourth as Mozin's traded out.
Beautiful.
There is time for it. The clutch from Polo. Bringing his KD to 12 and 9. Least deaths in the server, worth noting. Very passive player. You see that working out for him now, bringing his rounds to 12 and 6.
Oh my goodness, putting us on match point for Rip Original. Polo and the boys from Quebec. I don't know how many are from Quebec, but it's at least a few of them.
It's at least Polo.
It's at least Polo. I saw a lot of French speakers in the chat, so you know, salut. And
my aunt speaks French, and she's never left England.
Quebec isn't. They don't speak French in Quebec, dude.
I'm just going off of what you said.
That's Quebecois. It's a whole other thing. Anyway, let's get into this round.
Wide peek out from Hookah already. This is a lot of B control. And I think that's really important because watch how quick this flank is going to come to A.
My goodness.
Drowsy.
The timing of that flashbang was absolutely sick, too. Get the res back up. They're walling. Lamp pushing on in. Jet ult going out. Able to pick up one onto Polo. Polo here does have the heal. Control up in heaven is the... we do have the defending Sage rotating back and around through mid. Was that early peek that you talked about there from the Cypher. It's a 3v2 right now. And get a 3v1.
It all backfired. They did get the quick flank. And it was just a pause button hit on the side from the attackers. They say, okay, there's a lot of rotates. Let's just focus on holding mid. Now, normally that's the wrong call. Normally, if you just stall up on your attack, I frequently say, to use a more negative word, you don't get any side control. Your initial attack utility fades, and you die. You lose the round. But they hold the passive angles behind their attack utility, and they get pushed over and over again. Members of Team Rip Originals run at them, just wildly around corners, handing them kills, and they pick up the round because Rip Originals felt so much so that they needed to control the site before the spike went down.
Yep.
If you have a player deficit on the site, play the passive angles,
pull
lose
back,
side control, let them get the spike down, get the frags, and retake after you have the player advantage, which they would have very shortly because of their quick flanks.
Getting a little bit too hyphy here as they are pushing in very quickly onto the site, in from bathrooms, utilizing the flashes. There's the shot from Stomps. The follow-up is there. Jet's going to be rotating in really quick, and there's the wall down as well. Swift's finding multiple kills out from Lamps. This is still the opportunity with the spike going down in a 3v3 once again. However, that was the player who needed to make it happen. It was Gibby. Seeing another one up in heaven. Stomps with the heal. Going to try and make this work. Pylon, though, he's the one who needs to go off in a 1v2. Once again, the game is on the shoulders of one player here from Rip Original, and the spike is ticking away.
They're running quite badly out of time. One player's vision is spotted, but Stomps is just able to play the corner. Solid strike through, utilizing the ammo. Larger clip. And just spray down the corner, wait for somebody to strike back into it. That's exactly what happens. It's 12-8.
And still on match point. And every single round the Rip Original gives up here is just going to slowly but surely start to wear at them. Especially now as they're on the eco, which means it's going to be at least one, it should be at least one more round going over the way of Team Undecided. And no, I'm not going to call it too early, but
get out of my way.
The comeback is not a 0% chance, CJ.
Oh my god.
Well, that was a heck of a time to pull out the hot hands.
Gibby, quick on the TP. He was waiting on this from the beginning of the round. They quick TP into B and get the frags. But Exile and the rest of the players were long, so they hear that TP and go, hey, there's nobody left on A, and just run out to the site. And if you ask me to analyze why this round happened, I couldn't tell you. I'm only telling you what happened.
Drowsy. Drowsy starting things off. The ult going in, though. Rolling Thunder. It is going to hit Drowsy. So the rest of the team is just chilling out here on the site. Heaven Control is going to go in the way over of Rip Original. Off the back of this, trying to rotate through. But that is the win for Undecided. They just don't have the guns, they don't have the ankles, and they don't have the time.
Well, they were having to play retake with limited time from one angle into full side control. So
Yes, that's what I said.
obviously not winnable from Undecided. But like how we got there is the real question mark, because Undecided just gave up the A side to quick TP through teleporters.
TJ, Rip Original
Yeah.
like needs to win this round. Look at their
Yeah.
economy. Look at their economy.
Right. Well, the reason their economy is like this is because they invested full ops. So they have like rounds to kill. They have another reset round. That's still have plenty. It's a good start though. Gibby opens one.
Just spending all the utility to just keep mid slowing down. Polo does trade though, and they wall him on in. All right. The attackers are making this happen. Great team shooting on top of the box. As Exile's here on the flank.
Mosin opens up that side so strong. And Querno will res Polo. They know where that is. That's towards heaven. Gibby finds another.
Exile's playing in the corner. The shot goes in. His Polo's able to pick that one up. The heel and the Querdos are trying to push into the middle of the site here, but Polo is just going off. Squirto is looking towards this here. And TJ, what time is it?
They did it.
What time is it,
There
TJ?
is.
It's finals
It's grand
time.
finals time because we have 2 teams remaining.
And with that, Rip Original, no rest in peace today. No time to rest. It's on to the grand
rematch.
finals. Woo! Good match. Indeed.
The rematch as well. Rip Originals will be heading back up
yeah.
into the upper bracket match they lost for a second swing of things.
I love how that storyline works out, TJ. Pretty excellent. All right, you have a couple of interviews that you've recorded earlier that we're going to listen to over this break. I had food delivered to me that I'm very excited to eat.
Oh my god, what did you get?
So we have leftover, like, I guess it's a stir fry. It's like a turkey stir fry. It was like with like hoisin and oyster sauce. I don't know. It's like vaguely Chinese. And then also mac and cheese. And those things are going to get combined together in a very in a very American way.
You know, if you just splash some Red Bull over the top, sprinkle a little bit of G Fuel, you will be eating the esports diet.
Woo! No, dude, this is
Guaranteed
like
weight gain
legit.
within 30 days.
This is legit. All right, this is like really good and teriyaki in it. I guess
I
it's more
believe the
Japanese.
components sound
Oh, it's actually
good.
more Japanese, I guess. This was teriyaki. Anyway, you guys don't really care about. Maybe you do care about what I'm having for dinner. It's late. Maybe you're hungry. Maybe you're jonesing for something. In which case,
All right, well, I have good news.
okay.
If you're starving,
Yes.
we are going to take a little break. We are going to be back. A best of 3 grand finals in a moment. Orglis, who blasted through the upper bracket, including blasting through Rip OS in a admittedly close single map earlier, will now play the first BO3 of the evening and the last BO3 of the evening in our grand finals. $500 on the line.
we'll see you in a minute. Be right back.